Hey, happy Tuesday, everyone. So, Loki here. Sometimes I would do meditation videos on Tuesdays. Today, I am not. Today, I'm going to talk about something that is part of meditation, and that's mental health. Meditation does help you with, well, it helps some people. I know it helps me keep everything together, help everyone have a good mentality about things. But sometimes you need a little bit more than that. Um, Mental health is a very important thing, and to me, it's a very real thing that I've had to deal with before. My ex was schizophrenic and refused to take medication for it. So I had to live with the side effects of somebody with schizophrenia that did not take uh, pills to help. Personally, they were okay sometimes, and then they were very mentally manipulating. And part of me wishes they would have been on medication to help maybe prevent that part of themselves from coming out. But it was their choice, their life, and it still is their choice, their life, and I will never push them to do something they don't want to. They're happy with somebody now, and that's all that matters. Um, if you didn't know, Persephone is what's called a comfort animal. She doesn't have her little winged vest yet. We're still waiting on that. But she's Soren's comfort animal, and all you have seen how affectionate she is. With Soren, they have some issues, some anxiety, a lot of anxiety, like most people. Persephone helps curb that anxiety down. She is loving, always there when we need loves and cuddles or hugs or someone to talk to. I'll put her down because she's getting fidgety. And she smells like wet cat food. But she is a very comforting animal to have around. And you can get comfort animals as your dog, your cat, your rabbit, your pet mouse. Whatever pet you have can be certified as a comfort animal, but some do need training. Persephone doesn't go out in the public, so she doesn't need any professional training on that. Dogs would be one of those that do, but it is also another way to help with your mental health is animals because they love and care about you regardless of anything that goes on up in here. As long as you feed them and pay attention to them. That's all they ever ask for. And that's why they're also the best familiars. But I know some people are against medication, and I completely understand. It's your belief, your go. Um, I know some that are against certain things, which make me look at them go, really? But I'm not going to get into that topic. Um, it is tricky to deal with the field of mental health because even if you go in and get diagnosed and whatnot, you don't know if medication will help you or hinder you. You don't know if interactions will help or hinder you. You don't know what's going to happen. Some people are perfectly happy, normal, content, and they get put on what they need and they're good. They have a great life. They're okay. And then you have people who have to switch medications or their insurance keeps changing it on them, or it can get pretty messy. There's a lot of people around this country that have PTSD. If it's from a workplace thing, such as oh something happening at your work, if it's from being a victim of rape, if it's from being a victim of domestic violence, if it's from being a victim of a violent crime, a car accident, or anything really. Um, and there's also the PTSD from military, the cell shock, being a police officer comes with that, which I really think more places need to focus on their mental health after something happens instead of just making them go to the counselor a couple of times and then saying, "Oh, you're fine." There needs to be more. And I know it's a hard thing to say, well, we need this in this country, we need this, we need this, we need to help these people, and we do, but the likelihood of that really happening as of lately because of everything else going on is dwindling. I'm lucky that my insurance does not really care what meds I'm on. I have medications for my migraines, and I was actually once told that the medications I take for my migraines also are anti-depression medication as well, antidepressants. And I didn't know that, but they keep me from having migraines, and that's all that matters. And if I miss a dose, I had the worst migraine ever, which was most of yesterday, actually. So, to the people who I did talk to via typing on Skype or over Facebook, kind of, yeah, you were a few of the lucky people. Sometimes people will deny that they have mental health issues, even though it may be obvious to people, even to their doctors. But they don't want to admit that something might be wrong. They don't want to admit that they might have an issue. Or people who have mental issues who know they do and refuse to get help. I understand that self-medication sometimes can be a good help when it comes to it, but at the same time, no. Alcohol is not a medication to help your depression. Smoking marijuana is not a fix-all. It's great. I'm not bashing anyone who smokes or drinks. That's all you. I mean, hell, I smoke and drink, and I smoke because of my job. I can't do the whole marijuana. This is what I mean by smoke. But also with marijuana and all that, unless it's prescribed to you and told to you that it is your medication for this problem, then you're just using it as recreational. Yes, I do have my card. Yes, I can take it for my migraines and extreme pain in my knees. And you don't realize that for some people, some medications act as a duality, like my migraine medication. But for those who don't know, basically my knees are bone on bone, and one of mine likes to ratchet up and down and reconnect. So it will leave me in extreme pain. I was told it, oddly enough, had nothing to do with my weight. It had all to do with my genetic problems from my mom because she lost all cartilage in her knees by the age of 22, and she was actually a beanpole. My sister is 32, 33, and she was told by her doctor she's still too young for knee replacement, and she needs one, and she's a Marine, but she can't be medically discharged because she can still do her job. The thing is there's many kind of illness, and a lot of people will look at mental illness and say, oh, you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you. It's what we call an invisible disease. You don't always see it. It's kind of like with fibromyalgia. It's a disease that people don't see, and it can't be cured. There's no fix-all to everything. People will sit there going, oh, you're fine, you don't need that, or, oh, you're perfectly okay, you don't need to take those. I don't see anything wrong with you. You look fine. Looking fine and being fine are two separate things. I can put on a happy face every single day of the week if I wanted to. But you don't know if inside I'm screaming, going, God help me, or what, well, God's help me, or what the hell is going on? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why? But that for me is part of social anxiety. And another good thing to help or to use as a coping mechanism for me or for any social awkwardness, it has actually been my channel here. According to at least to doctors. I have a form of PTSD, and that was given to me by my ex because I went from being the person who was out there with people having fun, doing all this stuff, to pretty much relying on this going off and it being my ex to talk to me. And if I didn't answer a phone call, I would get yelled at for at least an hour to 2 hours about how I don't care about them, how worthless I am, that I'm a trash person, and that I don't love them. And it always ended with me begging for them to take me back, that I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And one of the times I missed a call because I was in class. And I got yelled at for going to class. I almost failed that class. In fact, I actually failed another class instead because they wanted me on the phone all the time. I couldn't study. I couldn't get my homework done. And I was apparently spending too much time with my friends when I was sitting there studying. They were also the same person who told me that my beliefs were invalid and stupid because it can't be proven by science. Well, in my mind, magic is science that hasn't been explained yet. I don't know why I stayed for 7 years, or, well, I do, because I was kind of brainwashed into it, that everything was always my fault. I was always in the wrong. If it wasn't for Soren, I would probably still be in that position. I probably wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't have my channel. I wouldn't have the 75 or so followers that I do. I wouldn't have friends like Logan or Mad Witch or Zabora or Cece or any of you who watch my videos or any of you who talk to me. Raise a Village, all you guys. I see you as extended friends and family because I've met you through this. You're my YouTube friends and family. And interaction with you guys have helped me. And for me, this has been the best medication, but at the same time, I was pretty much on my PTSD and something I would technically probably need to go to therapy for. Do I have a therapist? No. Why? Because of experiences with them in the past, and I'm trying to get over that. Eventually, I will get a therapist and talk to them about this. And yes, I was studying psychology. And yet I didn't see the psychological damage that was happening to me to begin with. I do plan to go back to school. I do plan to get my degree. And I do plan to work in that field eventually. But it's going to take time, and it's going to take a lot of me trying to still fix myself. Soren's put up with me. They've helped me. But the thing is sometimes you need that support system. You need that person who will support you no matter what. Who'll be there with you, who'll be there every step of the way. Not everybody has that. I can say that I'm lucky that I do. I have Soren, my mom, my dad, my little sister, even my older sister. Even though we talk rarely, but when we do, it's fun. My brother sometimes helps, along with my stepbrother, well, my other brother. I'm lucky enough to have a supportive family. Not everyone is. So if you know somebody who's struggling with mental illness, PTSD, schizophrenia, anything, including invisible illnesses such as fibromyalgia or unexplainable pain that they don't know where it's coming from, or chronic vomiting syndrome like one of my best friends has. Those are illnesses that you don't see, that you don't know the side effects of, and there's so many more out there too. Some may have cures in years, some may never. Some things that you use are just a band-aid to make it go away or make it stop. Yeah, there are some days where I have a lot of self-doubt. And I don't know a lot of people who do. Certain topics are hard for me. Sometimes I have to redo a video 4 or 5 times. This is my 4th take at this video. I was going to do a video about me, and I was going to post pictures about me in part of one of my cosplays, but I got self-conscious. I have body issues because I am a bigger girl, and despite the fact that it's like, oh yeah, you're fat, you're like what, 280 or whatever. No, I'm actually in the 300s, and according to everyone I talk to, I don't look it because I am more active than anybody else. I'm walking, I'm running, I'm working. I don't stop unless I'm exhausted or my knees are in so much pain. I am, for a fat person or an obese person, I am more active than your normal, well in shaped person. Yeah, I don't run marathons, but I walk a couple of blocks a day just because I can, or if I'm at work, if I get called, hey, I need you over at this building and it's way across campus, I'm there in 5, 6 minutes because I know how to book it. I hate stairs. I still use them, but I hate them. And yes, I've been working on losing weight, and having an odd sleep schedule isn't helping, and neither is drinking soda, but this is also another thing to help me prevent migraines because of the caffeine intake, and it also doesn't kill my liver. Maybe some of the things I add to my soda might kill my liver, but this morning it's just soda because I woke up with a massive headache. And so far yeah, this has been all I've had for it. And it has been helping. Do I eat healthy? Yes. Do I eat red meat? On occasion. Do I eat chicken? Most of the damn time. Do I eat pork? Eh. The thing is I eat healthy. I eat in portions. I'm careful. Yes, I'm going to be eating smaller portions and a lot more portions throughout the day to maybe help, because I've been told at least 6 small meals a day will do much better than 3 normal meals a day, which my normal meal consists of, if I have it for dinner, that big piece of meat and then a pile of veggies. So, thing is I do eat healthy. Healthy body and healthy mind are 2 things everybody wants. And it takes a lot of work for both. Meditation helps. Some people, medication helps. Therapy helps. Having friends and people who will be supportive and out and there for you. Just people that you can go to and talk to, and they can be your outlet. Those things help. If you don't have any of these problems, but you know people who suffer for them, I encourage you to sit there and talk with them, be there for them. Be that person that you needed when you needed someone to talk to. Hell, I always have been that person. I mean, I still am. One of my friends is venting about something, and they're actually talking about it right now on their Facebook. But, I mean, for years, I was afraid to pick up my phone. I was afraid to answer it. And I still get times where I twitch when it goes off, and I look at the caller ID and make sure I don't recognize the number, or if I know the number, it will pop up as somebody in my phone. I still can't listen to certain ringtones or have certain ringtones, and one of my favorites, 2 of my favorites actually, I can't have because I hear it and I do go into a bit of a panic attack. And sadly for me, those are the original theme songs to the original Captain America cartoon and the original Iron Man cartoon. And those are 2 things I love. But I can't listen to their theme songs anymore, because it will cause me to have a panic attack, and I don't need that. Believe it or not, before Heathen Haven, I have to collect myself before I even go to the call with the other 2. But that show, these guys, they've helped me. And that means a lot to me. And to me, mental health is not a joke. It's nothing to make fun of. It's a problem for a lot of people. And a lot of people out there aren't getting the help they need. And that's why I encourage you to, if you see a friend or a family member who needs it, to help them, to talk with them, to let them know that you're there for them. If they don't see a problem, just tell them, well, if you're having a shitty day, come to me and talk. Open yourself up to that dialogue if you feel that you can. And if you're someone who needs that help, reach out to a friend, reach out to a family member. If that doesn't help, comment on here and I will message you, or comment or send me a message on Twitter and I will talk to you. I talk to a lot of people, and the thing is if my experiences can help other people, then so be it. I will share them with the world. Anyways, before I get more sappy or cry again-ish, I was able to hold back the tears this time. I'm going to end this video and with the love each other, love yourself, and be a good person. Blessed be.